Hey, welcome back to the darkest channel on YouTube, not because we're edgy, but because lighting is expensive. And we are currently powering the show with a lamp, so this episode is sponsored by a lamp. Now, this episode is kind of a halfway, kind of midpoint, showing what's going on with the whole kind of deal with the circuit and the DIY and whatever. Yeah, so let's get right into it. So first thing on the agenda is what have I accomplished? Well, I decided to make the board bigger because life is too short for small boards. I also decided to use Cherry MX switches instead of a little slidey thing because it's both easier and harder at the same time. I'm still debating whether or not to integrate a VCA because that's A, going to use more components, and B, I'm going to get to that at the end of this video. But as you can see, I made a rather nice looking, I think it's pretty. You might not think it's pretty, but I think it's going to look cool, and we can have black keycaps up here and have white ones down. It'll look cool, like this bad boy right back here. Number 2 is on my agenda, besides just showing off a brief progress log, is what I'm going to do with this video series. I haven't yet decided, but I'm probably going to decide really soon. Do I want this video series to be very low maintenance, like just putting these clips together, cutting out a few sample things, maybe adding some sample text, or do I want it to be more high maintenance video setup, where I have fewer videos, but each video I put like hours and hours of work into, where I have editing and text and a script and everything? Or should I just do this free-flowing thing that I'm doing now? I think I'll decide that at the end of this. I'm leaning more towards free-flowing, but whatever. Third on my list is I should probably explain why I'm making this synthesizer. Yes, it looks like a glorified monotron, without the MS-20 filter. So why am I building such a simple synth? It's obviously not because I need a synth, because I have that guy right there. But it is because I need experience, because I want to have much bigger projects in the future. I want to make Euro racks, I want to make all sorts of fun things, and to do that, I'd like to actually have a little bit of experience behind me, because I'm learning all sorts of new stuff with building this. I learned what nets were, embarrassingly. I learned other little tricks with routing. I learned how to bring stuff over from the PCB. From the schematic to the PCB, that stuff. And I know I'm going to have mistakes once I actually print the board. We'll have a board house print the board and bring it to me. So I want to be able to understand why I made those mistakes before I do a much larger project, like maybe a mini Moo clone. I'd like to do one of those at some point in my career. But again, everything's kind of up in the air. So this is going to be a project that I can do for my school, get a grade on, and then go forward and make much better projects. But right now, this is a very basic thing. In terms of other projects I'm working on, I have a really cheap keyboard from the 1980s that I want to tear apart, and I want to modify it, and I want to make a YouTube series on that. So I think that these two projects can coexist because they use kind of different time in my life. I'm also wearing headphones, I just noticed that, and I think that's a bit silly. Anyways, yes, as you can see here, I have been experimenting with logos. Again, this is a very experimental series. I don't know if I'm going to edit more. I don't know if I'm going to edit less. I don't know if I should maybe make more YouTube content, which I actually probably am, so I think I do know that answer. I'm going to call this the experimental project, where everything goes wrong. Well, thank you for watching episode 1.5, maybe 2. See you next time I make a vlog, hopefully not in a million years, and peace out. Thanks for watching. Stay radical.